jungles, no suburbia. I just want somewhere that the blue skies are. So come with me to a place afar, where the palm trees dance and sway. So run with me. If we leave right now, we might make it in time. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? I don't wanna leave this place, I don't wanna go. For some reason I felt like that I've always known. This is where we're meant to stay, where we should be. This place is where the sun shines forever free. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? Follow, so follow. So if I lay down, will you come? Follow, so follow. So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? Throw away the city lights, throw away the cars. Give me a clear night underneath all the stars. I don't want no concrete jungles, no suburbia. I just want somewhere that the blue skies are. So come with me to a place afar, where the palm trees dance and sway. So run with me. If we leave right now, we might make it in time. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? I don't wanna leave this place, I don't wanna go. For some reason I felt like that I've always known. This is where we're meant to stay, where we should be. This place is where the sun shines forever free. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? Follow, so follow. So if I lay down, will you come? Follow, so follow. So if I lay down, will you come? Throw away the city lights, throw away the cars. Give me a clear night underneath all the stars. I don't want no concrete jungles, no suburbia. I just want somewhere that the blue skies are. So come with me to a place afar, where the palm trees dance and sway. So run with me. If we leave right now, we might make it in time. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? I don't wanna leave this place, I don't wanna go. For some reason I felt like that I've always known. This is where we're meant to stay, where we should be. This place is where the sun shines forever free. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? Follow, so follow. So if I lay down, will you come? Follow, so follow. So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? Throw away the city lights, throw away the cars. Give me a clear night underneath all the stars. I don't want no concrete jungles, no suburbia. I just want somewhere that the blue skies are. So come with me to a place afar, where the palm trees dance and sway. So run with me. If we leave right now, we might make it in time. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? So if I lay down, will you come? I don't wanna leave this place, I don't wanna go. For some reason I felt like that I've always known. This is where we're meant to stay, where we should be. This place is where the sun shines forever free. The sunset is fading, but the light's not gone. The ocean waves have just begun. The water is calling, the night is young. So if I lay down, will you come? Follow, so follow. So if I lay down, will you come? Follow, so follow. So if I lay down, will you come?
Well, hello everybody. I'm gonna have to fix my camera here. Filter is goofy. Today we're on a flight with the Carenado PC12 from Bagotville, Quebec to Greenwood, Nova Scotia. Let me get the filters dialed in here and see me better. There we go. And as long as the kids don't bust in on me, we should be in good shape. All right. With that, let's get going. We got our Lattice PC12 here, ready to go. Just waiting for us to jump inside. Get my charts set up here. Make sure Volanta is set up. I thought I had everything set up here, but apparently not. Also need to file. We'll be flying live on VATSIM today. And we need to go ahead and pre-file our flight plan. Take only a few minutes. Everything there looks good. That's filed. That, and make sure we are connected to the network. And then we can fire up the aircraft here and get ready to go. While we're waiting for that, we can go ahead and get set up here. Turn on the fuel valve. We have external power available to us, so we'll go ahead and use that to start. Here we are connected to VATSIM now. Connected to VATSIM now and ready to go. We can go ahead and get started here. We're on ground power. We can go make sure our GPS is all set up. Got our MSFS20 GPS 750 here set up. Very nice touchscreen unit, easy to use. Go ahead, and we're gonna be starting on Unicom. 1, 2. Whoa, didn't register my 8. One, 2, 2, 8. Go ahead and turn the transponder on. We'll just do 2000 for now because we're IFR. And no ATC on for us right now. Make sure our flight plan is in here. And it is not. Continue with our setup here. I just had a kid jump on my lap. It's always the way as soon as you start screaming. See if we can get our flight plan loaded in here.
You
There we are. We are set up right now. Everything looks good with the flight plan. And we can continue. Things good there. We can go back and put in our procedures. There is no departure. There is no arrival. We're going to tentatively plan the RNAV approach for runway 30 when we get to Greenwood. Let me just confirm that RNAV approach. Amelia, I did the wrong transition. It's what I thought. There we are. We got our approach loaded in. Comm set. Transponder set. This one I like to leave on that screen. Today our cruise level will be 23,000. Actually gonna set that now because I always forget when I'm flying this PC12. And in 16, 20. There is roughly 23,000. That's set. That's set. Bring this back to the map screen now. Maybe. Let me click on it. Come back down here and we can turn up all of our lighting. That looks good. Is it cut off? Get rid of these. I hate having the armrests in the way. With that, we can go ahead and disconnect the ground power. Turn on our batteries. Generator on. Generator on. Avionics are on. Everything's on. Excellent. Ground power can be off. We're gonna go ahead and turn our beacon light on because we're gonna get ready to start. Go back down here to the EFB. Wow. Didn't realize it would zoom right past me. Internal power be off. Close the EFB. And like that, we are more or less ready for start. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything here. It's been a few since I've flown the PC12. Starting the engine. Wait till we get about 20%. Watch our levels come up. Everything appears to be running well. Need the FB again. I forgot we had the door open. I don't think I can easily close it here. There we go. Door is now shut. A little quieter now too. We can, oh, we don't need the prop, not the one I wanted, the probes wanted. Everything's good, bolts are good. Everything is good. Taxi lights, nav lights. Strobe lights can wait, landing lights can wait, recog can wait. Everything looks good. With that, I think we are ready to taxi. I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Navigraph here. Can zoom out on our route. We're going to take off runway 29. That'll have us taxiing Delta. Delta Bravo Alpha, it looks like. All right, get ready for taxi. I like the external view much better for taxi. Make our way over to Delta. Biggaville traffic, Canadian Express 136 taxiing to runway 29 via Delta Bravo Alpha. Biggaville traffic. Biggaville traffic, Canadian Express 136 taking off runway 29 IFR to Greenwood. Biggaville traffic. Long runway here, shouldn't even need flaps. Just gonna line up here and double check everything's set, including our altitude 23,000. Flight director on. Damper on. Autopilot can wait. Heading. Heading bug straight ahead. We are good. Ignition lever forward. Strobe lights, landing lights, wing lights we don't need, it's just pricing. Biggaville traffic, Canadian Express 136 taking off runway 29 IFR to Greenwood. Biggaville traffic. Throttle up and watch the port numbers and the ITT numbers. Very easy in the turboprop to get them too high. I know lots of people have that issue, whether it be in this aircraft or the Kodiak. Reading a post today of someone that flies the Kodiak a lot and likes it, but constantly having engine failure issues, and it's because they're constantly over torquing the engine, or either over torquing it or having the exhaust temperature too high, and that'll lead to a failure, especially in the Kodiak. It's pretty sensitive to how you do it. Try and make it as realistic as possible, but you can't just pin the throttle to the firewall like you can in, say, a Cessna. Alright, we're airborne here. Biggaville traffic, Canadian Express 136 airborne through 1,500, climbing flight level 230, right turn direct Revic on course. Biggaville traffic. Go ahead and bring it up to 10,000 feet or so by hand. Another glitch in the scenery. I'm getting that a lot lately for some reason. Putting crazy cliffs and mountains and stuff in the middle of nowhere. They're not in the middle of nowhere, but where they shouldn't be. Strange. Noticed a bunch of little improvements in the game in the last couple weeks, but and we're also noticing that you can see that scenery down there. Looks like there's very narrow mountain range that actually isn't there. Strange stuff. Maintaining our climb here. Bring me back in. Through 6,500 almost now. Very nice, steady, about 1,800 feet per minute. All the way through climb here. Still keeping an eye on the torque and more importantly that ITT number, turbine temperature number. Sometimes get away from you as you're in the climb. Almost through 10,000 now. Jumped. To maintain 150 knots here. Autopilot now engaged. 1,500. Should be a relatively short little flight here today from Bagotville to Greenwood, both Air Force bases in Canada. Doing this flight today with Canadian Express Virtual. They are a virtual airline. Not many restrictions. Anybody can fly any aircraft in the fleet, and you can fly anywhere at any time. I'll post a link in the comments to the airline website. That again is Canadian Express Virtual. Landing and taxi lights can go off. Everything else good, I think, right now. Not getting any ice. Go outside and enjoy the climb here. Good view right there. Get the airline logo in there. You can see from the previous shots, very detailed aircraft. I've updated it a few times since it came out. Some people had complained when we first saw it on the market that the sounds weren't very good, but I don't think there's anything wrong with the sounds the way they are now, and everything seems to be good. Everything works. Fits in with the ETN 750 really well. Excellent little turboprop aircraft. And it cruises along pretty quick too. Once we get up to cruise here, we'll see that we'll probably be booting along 270 knots, 280 knots. So even for a flight like this, 330, 340 miles, we'll knock it out pretty quickly. Here's 18,000 feet. bring the altimeter down to standard. Couple thousand feet more to go, and we'll be at top of climb. $22,000 feet now. Almost at our cruising altitude of flight level 230. Bring up Navigraph here again. Their progress. Probably be getting ready to maybe check in with Boston. I don't know if they want to talk to us or not. Cutting over a sliver of their airspace. Looks like Boston Center is doing splits. We'll have to see if we can figure out covering the north sector here. No luck figuring out, looking briefly online to see what the splits are. So we're just gonna have to try our luck. I'm gonna go with 123,750 and try that. This one.
November 41 Julie, contact Manchester ground 121.9, good day.
Yeah, go to 121.9, good day.
Air Canada 730, New York approach is offline. Well, we're closing shortly. Move, sorry, radar service is terminated. Frequency change to advisory approved, good day.
Okay, we're advisory sit.
November 93550, descend via the Rossi to arrival, runway 35, the Manchester altimeter 3018.
We're trying to get the Rossi to arrival to Manchester, 550.
550, correct, runway 35.
To runway 35, 550.
Thank you.
And Boston Center, November 325 Tango Whiskey's on the ground at Mount Washington, cancel on IFR plate.
Boston Center, Canadian Express 136, 60 miles northeast or northwest of the Presqu'île VOR, flight level 230.
Sorry, Canadian Express 136, call the other Boston please, 133.45.
133.45, Canadian Express 136. Knew we were gonna guess wrong.
Anyone leave airspace to the west, Moncton Center, offline, reservice terminated, frequency change approved.
778, go back, rouge 71.
November 416 Julie Tango, contact Boston approach 133.0.
Boston Center, Canadian Express 136, 55 miles northwest of the Presqu'île VOR, flight level 230.
Is that Canadian Express 136?
Roger, is correct.
And where are you located?
About 55 miles northwest of the Presqu'île VOR, just cutting across the sliver of airspace here.
Yep, I got you now. Canadian Express 136, squawk 1406.
1406 in the box, Canadian Express 136.
Sierra Papa 49, contact Boston approach 133.0.
Boston approach 133.0, Sierra Papa 49, thank you, goodbye.
Center 1 Romeo Charlie has downtown Nugget in sight. Tower 611 Romeo Charlie, cleared the Tuckanuck visual, runway 6.
We are checked in with Boston. Don't think we're not going to need to be with them very long, just until we're at that next waypoint. But we're with them. get some music here for the cruise.
And on docks on the ground at night ticket for November 657 Kilo. Thank you so much for the service, sir, on November Kilo November. Take care.
Charlie Alpha 11, contact Boston Center 123.75.
Charlie Alpha, okay, 123.75.
Takeoff 107, cross Calverton, Charlie, 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 out to maintain 12,250 knots. Kennedy altimeter is 3019.
Cross Calverton, that's 4,250 knots, and we have the altimeter, American 127 Heavy.
Alpaca, Zurich, Papa, Lima Airspace, East Mountain Center offline, motor service terminated, frequency change approved. Thank you. Alpaca, Zurich, bye. Lufthansa 470, Lima Airspace to the west, Montreal Center is offline, motor service is terminated, frequency change approved.
Here you go. Thank you very much. Lufthansa 470.
JetBlue 1621, Boston Center, did you check in?
Yeah, I checked in. You gave me a squawk 6226.
I thought so, I just forgot to like make the little blue dot next to you, or green dot.
No worries.
American 1870, out the back.
American 1870, descend to maintain flight level 200.
Descend flight level 200, American 1870.
Center, good afternoon. American 281 is 10.7, climbing 14.
American 281, Boston Center, climb and maintain, flight level 220.
220, American 281.
TBM 850, Alpha Zulu, request to operate, 5 lights.
Sierra Papa 49, contact Boston approach 133.0. Number 850, Alpha Zulu said 5 minutes.
Safer.
For low on your back.
0 Alpha Zulu, walk up.
Sierra Papa 49, contact Boston approach 133.0. November 611, Romeo Charlie, the Nantucket wind is 25010, runway 6, clear to land.
Runway 61, Romeo Charlie.
Thanks for the help, and I think that that's one of my favorite approaches, so I figured I would give it to you.
It's particularly nice on this nice clear day, Charlie.
American 107, contact New York approach 128.12.
You can approach American 107, thank you.
American 317, Boston Center, go.
Boston, hello. Good afternoon. American 317 Heavy checking in for level 360.
American 317 Boston Center, hello.
Boston Center, American 317 Heavy radio check.
5x5.
November 611 Romeo Charlie Boston Center. You can taxi park in this frequency. Have a good night. American 1870 Washington is closed. Radar services terminated. Frequency change to advisory approved. Bye-bye.
Sorry, was that for American 1870?
American 1878 from Washington Center closed.
Looks like
Radar
we just
services
had a
terminated.
controller
Frequency
change.
change to advisory approved. Bye.
5 services, American 1870. Moving to Unicom.
Thank you. Delta 264, New York approach is offline. Radar services terminated. Frequency change to advisory approved. Bye.
Frequency change approved. Have a great day, American, or Delta 264.
Thank you.
Bring myself back in
309,
here.
contact Boston approach 133.0.
Hotel Boston 133.0.
Boston airspace is always super busy.
American
When I
281.
first
clear
got
direct
on here,
Calvin.
they had a four-way center split going on.
Keep M850 up, Zulu is back with you.
Lovely cruise here right now.
And November 850 Alpha Zulu, Boston Center. Thank you. Welcome back.
Lovely cruise here right now. Flight level 230. Zipping along just as I
Air Canada
expected.
198. Cross Ebdo and maintain
286 knots.
11,000. The Burlington altimeter 3018.
On the ground speed.
Cross Edbot at 110,000.
Motoring right along here today.
Thank you.
Bring up nav graph. Have a look at our progress. Approximately 30 minutes or so to go. Calculate top descent here shortly. If I can remember how to do the nav calculations on the GPS here.
Boston, good afternoon. JetBlue 51 climbing 17,000.
JetBlue 51 Boston, hello, radar contact, climb maintain, flight level 210.
210, JetBlue 51.
Already got it for us there.
American 1847, New York Center offline, radar services terminated, frequency change to advisory approved, good day.
Frequency change approved. American Airlines 1847.
Thank you.
That was automated if I ever heard it.
Boston Center, Skyhawk 1 Roger, that midfield right down, runway 35 for the option, like a short approach.
Skyhawk 1 November Juliet 35, clear for the option.
And clear for the option, runway 35, Skyhawk 1 November Juliet.
Charlie Alpha 11, expect the ILS 35, center maintain 5,000, Manchester altimeter 3018.
Ding 5,000 and 3018, altimeter, Charlie Alpha 11.
Charlie Alpha 11, turn right heading 050.
Heading 50, clear again, Charlie Alpha 11.
Charlie Alpha 11, correct, turn right heading 050.
Turn right heading 050, Charlie Alpha 11, sir, thank you.
Boston Center, hello, American 317 Heavy is swiftly final 360, 6 miles north of Bangor.
American 317, Boston, hello, roger.
Air Canada 1014, Boston Center, hello.
Canada 1014, Boston, hello, good afternoon, Squawk 2775.
2775 on 1014. Center TBM 850 Alpha Zulu, we're on orbit here and trying to descend below this weather.
TBM 850 Alpha Zulu, roger.
What weather are you talking about? Maybe he's off to the a bit there. Southeast, there's a little bit of weather, but they're not. Beautiful day for a cruise here. Flight level 230.
Sorry, Spirit Wings 2007.
I was originally thinking about doing this flight VFR, but
sorry, I think I might have
when you start getting into
sorry, you're looking for taxis for Wings 2007.
flights that long and whatever, and it ends up being very difficult sometimes to predict whether you're going to be able to make it the whole way VFR. So decided to do an IFR flight plan and just do that to be safe and take that. Plus, longer flight is much nicer to
Boston Center,
be able to cruise
9518, we just switched over to your
230 instead of having to hang out around
3345.
10,000 or so.
9518 again.
We just switched our frequency over. I saw you, it was 3345, now it's 347.
Yeah, that's fine. Either way, it works. Anyway, I've got all the frequencies, so good. Cool.
Boston Center, Wing 77, second.
Spirit Wings 2007, sorry, you back now, sorry?
Hey, firm.
Looking for taxi?
Yes, sir.
Fantastic, Spirit Wings 2007, runway 35, taxi via Mike, November, Golf, Echo, and Alpha.
No, we tried via Mike, November, Golf, Echo, Alpha, Spring 2007.
Actually, sorry, let's make that a bit easier. Sorry, Spirit Wings 2007, runway 35, taxi via Mike, Echo, and Alpha.
Alright, Mike, Echo, Alpha, Spring 77.
American 281, cross Calverton, now to maintain 12,000, 250 knots, Kennedy altimeter 3020.
Calverton 12 12,000, 250, and was that 10 or 20 or 3010?
3020 the altimeter.
3020, American 281.
You got it, JetBlue 51, clear direct Pro V.
Direct probably JetBlue 51.
Southwest 1765, New York Center is offline, radar service is terminated, frequency change to advisory approved. Good day.
Frequency change approved, Southwest 1765. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Thank you. American 670, Washington Center closed, radar service is terminated, frequency change to advisory approved. Bye-bye.
American 670 over advisory. Thanks for the ATC. Thanks for the day.
Very welcome, thank you. Tower 9518, cross Lawrence, at a maintain 6000, the Boston altimeter 3019.
Cross Lawrence at 6,000 for Charter 9518.
JetBlue 1621. Descend via the Ocean 5 arrival, runway 4 right, Boston altimeter 3019.
Alright, we're descending via the Ocean's 5 arrival, expect 4 right, JetBlue 1621.
Canadian Express 136, Moncton Center offline, radar services terminated, frequency change approved. Good day.
Over to the dark side, Canadian Express 136. Thanks. See ya.
See ya. Air Canada 1014, thanks. Radar contact, maintain flight level 400.
Back over to Unicom.
Maintain 400 or 1014, thanks.
It's them to take us. Sometimes you never know if they're you're just passing through the sliver of the airspace like that, whether or not they're going to take you. Especially when they're busy, but
Alpha 11 to the maintain 3000.
Back over to the dark side for us. Unicom 122.8.
November 93550.
Throw the Sia out there as a shout out to Dirtbag Pilot on he's on YouTube and other social platforms as well. Always good watch with some of his videos flying around in his Cessna. Looks like there's some weather ahead of us here. Tell how far ahead. If we can bring up the radar. Good grief. Be able to always counterintuitive. Rain data. There. $40 miles out, going anything. Bring it back to the map. Raise the brightness a little bit in the sun. If there's anything on the GPS weather radar. Appear to be just clouds. Some of them look like they are towering pretty good though. Got a thunderstorm out there somewhere. Gotta keep your eye out for some lightning. Be able to also double check the weather. I didn't even know you could do that. Been so long here since I had the 750 here. I don't remember all the features. That's what I was looking for. No weather. That's right. We can look it up on Navigraph. Just probably easier. Jump over to Navigraph. Airports tab. Arrival. Check out the weather. Get the MEDAR. There is no way to think. No. The weather is cloudy up there a little bit. Wind 28010, 15-mile visibility. Few clouds 5,000, few clouds at 7,500, and few at 25,000. Temperature 16, dew point 15, altimeter 3019. Density altitude is 1,286. Looks pretty good. We'll look at the forecast. Jump ahead a little bit, but everything else looks good. Does look like the ceiling maybe drops a touch, but other than that, not bad at all. definitely made some improvements to the clouds and weather last week or two here. Don't ever remember seeing clouds like that before. I haven't changed my settings or upgraded my hardware, so I don't know. It has to be something in the game. They must have been an update. They're either sent this way or at least testing, probably trying to get ready for Flight Sim 24. But clouds are looking way better. And last week or so I flew into Washington and in thunderstorms, and by far the most detailed I've ever seen the clouds and thunderstorms and lightning and the whole deal that I'd never seen before. So something changed, and changed really better, because that is quite awesome. The billowing tops here, very nicely done. Much better than it was before, and I'm not on ultimate settings, so some people might have had that before, but I did not. I do not have the latest greatest machine, barely enough of a computer to stream with, so running a i5 9400 with 16 gig of RAM and a NVIDIA GTX 1060, the 3 gig version. So we are far from top of the line. So we're not running in ultra settings, medium for most. I've custom optimized a couple of the other settings as recommended in a couple forums and whatnot that have somewhat limited impact on actual visual effect, but have a fairly big impact on the frame rate and playability. So good. Not sitting here at 120 frames per second or anything crazy like that, but in the sim here, getting 25-30 frames per second most of the time does a good enough job. There's the odd airport I pull into with a add-on scenery where it's a little bit choppy, but not anything that's not playable. So I will take it till I can build a big enough channel that I can buy a better computer. We'll see if we ever get there. I just realized I was on mute there. Arm the alarm. At top of descent. And comfortable 1500 feet per minute. Thereabouts. Let's bring up Navigraph here and check out what our altitude is. If there is no arrival, looks like 2,600 feet. We are now approach here. We can go ahead and set that. Our minimums 270 feet. At 2,600. Again, we're going to plan the RNAV approach for runway 30, Amelia transition. Going to confirm the weather again. 280-10, 15 miles visibility. No problem at all for runway 30. Got Halifax terminal on. Don't think we'd be in their base. I'm not exactly sure what their airspace is like. Maybe set up for them just in case we're in Team 2. One surefire way to tell if they do it. Inward clearance, ground, tower, imminent departure. I don't see anything about facts. Terminal. We're good. Pretty sure they just cover that Bravo airspace there. This is a Class Delta airspace in Greenwood, so if Center was online, talking to them. But Moncton Center is currently not online, so we don't have to worry about that. Back down throttle a little bit here, almost a little bit over speed. Come in here. Over the bay. Most of that cloud that we passed was actually behind us, not in front of us. So we should be good the whole way in. Probably could have done the flight VFR. But also probably a little bit quicker IFR cruising at 230. Sure we're on the proper VNAV path. There is actually no native VNAV button in the autopilot section here. I could do it through the 750, but sometimes, because you're using an add-on with inside an add-on, sometimes I find it doesn't work or it complicates something or something goes awry with it. So I'm gonna do it the old-fashioned way, using the flight level change and controlling the vertical speed. Back down the throttle a little bit more here as we get a little bit lower. Our indicated will stay pretty high. Still descending at 270 knots. We descend in here to CYBG Greenwood. Under 9,000, we can set our altimeter calibration. 3019 is what it was when we looked up the weather. below 10,000. Go ahead with the landing lights. Throw on the taxi lights too, because why not? If we want to get right carried away, we can pull up our EFB. And look at our checklist. Anti-ice as required, altimeter set, fuel quantity check, landing lights as required, external lights as required, passengers briefed, inertial separator on if operating on unprepared surfaces, landing gear down and 3 green lights. We'll do that when we get a little bit closer. Flaps normal, set 40 degrees below 130, and with ice maintain at 15 degrees. We're gonna look for flaps 40. No icing right now. Pressurization should be 0 depth pressure. Autopilot and yaw damper can be disengaged prior to landing. Here's our landing checklist complete. As suggested, we can check our differential pressure here. Decreasing as we would expect it to. Cabin pressure is at auto. By the time we get down, it should be good. Go through 7,200 feet. Greenwood traffic, Canadian Express 136, inbound to join the RNAV runway 30 approach. Amelia transition, approximately 8 miles or 10 miles north of the field. Greenwood traffic. Man, no matter how much I prepare for that, I always end up with my mouth full going, what do I say next? One of these days I'll hopefully get to making a VATSIM tutorial video and go through some of the basics for some of the new pilots that are maybe a little bit nervous about getting on the mic. I know the first time I was on the network, I was flying a 737 from Toronto Pearson to Chicago, and I had lots of experience flying the 737, so I knew how to fly the plane, but I didn't know how to talk on the network, and I sat at the gate for 45 minutes. So getting up the courage to go and do it after listening to everybody else and what they were saying, and I'm sure I'm still messed it up. So one day I will do a tutorial for the beginners out there and a refresher for the rest of us. But it's all a matter of time. One thing I noticed for sure was making these videos is I didn't expect is the time it takes. Not only you gotta fly, which is time in itself, but editing the videos is gnarly sometimes, how long it takes. That's why I like doing these lives. I don't have to worry about it. I screw up, it's out there for everybody to see already. Back down. We're just about to join the RNAV here. Bring up Start again one more time, real quick. Landing on runway 30. I don't know that there is really a GA apron, so we'll just park wherever when we get there. If we get off fast enough, maybe we'll get off at Bravo here. All right, it's the kids playing in the background. Come into our RNAV approach here. Everything's still good. No icing. And we are good. As we turn final here. From the approach, might have done that a touch early. Seems to be grabbing it anyways. Back down the throttle again. Greenwood traffic, Canadian Express 136, 8 mile final, RNAV approach runway 30. Greenwood. A little bit hazy here, but not too bad. There's the runway. A visual of the glide slope on the instruments, and there it is. As we lock in on the LPV approach. Back down the throttle even more. Almost at idle. PC12 is pretty slippery. Gotta get her down low enough. You can add some flaps and landing gear. Almost there now. And faster screaming in the background. Now we can grab the landing gear. Landing gear is down. Now we need to bring some flaps in. We said flaps 40. There's flaps 15. And there is flaps 40. No, sorry, that was only flaps 30. One more notch for flaps 40. Runway in sight in the haze there. A little bit of throttle. Greenwood traffic, Canadian Express 136, short final, inbound to land, RNAV runway 30. Greenwood traffic. Hey, kill the autopilot. Continue the old-fashioned way, inbound to land. Try and keep it on the glide slope. We're a little bit high. Not bad there now. Just gonna be a touch long. Throttle idle. And touchdown. He's never thought it was gonna touch down. Flaps up. Plenty of reverse, plenty of runway. We're going to exit to the left here. And over here, new landing lights off, strobe lights off. Bring up the ACARs and see what our landing rate was like. Wing over here. Looks like as good as parking as any. Go to the cutoff, bring up the ACARS program, and we can see our landing rate. If I can find it, there it is, minus 166 feet per minute. Not bad, a little bit hard, but I think I was a touch fast. That's why we were 30 or 40 feet long too. But that's the way it goes sometimes. Other than that, it was pretty good. Using shutdown. Nav lights go off, beacon go off, taxi lights go off, roll beat off, passenger signs off. Internal power is not connected. It'll be good enough because anything else I do, it'll just crash out on me, or not crash out, but it'll bring us to the menu. But another great flight in the books. Thanks for joining me once again. And check out some of my other videos. I have a couple good series on the go now. Between here, FedEx Virtual, and my Kodiak series, where we do some VFR float plane flying in the Kodiak 100. And we're also one video in and starting to edit the second video of a trip from Canada to the Caribbean flying a Piper Arrow 3. It's a GA aircraft, long haul flight. It's going to be several hops. Like I said, I've done 2 of the flights now. One is posted already on YouTube, and the other one I am in the process of editing. And whatnot, but other than that, it is ready to go. So check those out. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. And that is it for me today. We'll catch you next time.